Back again, headed for another flight lesson. I've got an afternoon flight scheduled and an evening flight tonight. However, that hurricane just came through here and we were canceled a couple days and the wind is lingering, so I don't know that we're gonna go. Maybe the evening flight, but the afternoon isn't promising. I'll leave a picture of the 4-flight METAR on the so you guys can see what it looks like, but gotta stay flexible, and if the weather's not allowing you to fly, you don't go. So you may have heard me say it before, but it's always better to be on the ground wishing you were in the air than in the air wishing you're on the ground. Let that sink in. You don't want to be scared up there trying to get down. If it's not in the cards, it's not in the cards. And what we do is we pivot to ground study, ground versus air. They call it ground school, and try to make the best use of your time. If you get canceled, you can't fly because of weather conditions, more than likely you'll end up pivoting to do some ground lessons. A little bit more about the school structure. There's 2 different types of teaching you can receive, and the schools may offer 141, it's called Part 141 or Part 61, and they're set up a little bit different. Part 141 is very structured, goes by a syllabus, and it's approved by the FAA, page by page, line by line, word by word, very specific structure, which I do recommend. That's how I started in Hillsborough Heli Academy when I was doing my helicopter training. That was Part 141, I do recommend that if you've never done any of it. Part 61 is a little more loosey-goosey, they say. It's basically anything you need to do to pass the test is fair game. So the schedule's a little lighter. It's a little bit easier for someone in my situation doing an add-on or knows a little bit about flying already. Important to stay flexible. If you got weather days, it's gonna happen. You gotta just adjust. Make the best use of your time. Put your nose in the books. Since my last lesson with Brandon, I was able to make use of the printouts that he gave me, and I cut them all up and made flashcards out of it. And so I've already been studying. There's a lot of information you're just gonna have to memorize flat out and be able to spit it out verbatim. So I'm trying to get a jump on that. Also, he sent me the digital POH, Pilot Operating Handbook, for the 172. I was able to thumb through that page by page and just familiarize myself with how it's laid out, where you can find limitations or emergency procedures or weight and balance or supplements. Though Cessna POH is set up a little bit different than a Robinson POH. So I made use of my time thumbing through that, taking more notes, making more flashcards, trying to get my knowledge up to speed, because that's something I need to work on myself that you know, you're not gonna be able to get with the instructor. Today will be lots of note taking, I have a feeling, but I need it. I need a lot of ground school of this stuff. So it's all new. So the more notes, the better. More studying, the better. Hopefully I'll get up in the air, I'll get some footage, but it's not too promising. To my surprise, we were able to get a flight in. We skipped one of them, the afternoon flight. We opted to do the ground lesson instead, which was great. We reviewed a lot of airspeed stuff, a lot of acronyms that I wasn't familiar with, and were able to address a couple of things. Whenever weight and balance, center of gravity, a lot of charts and things like that are a lot different in the airplane versus the helicopter, so I wasn't interpreting how to read the charts right. So we did that until the sun went down. We did kind of a hybrid flight where we went and did half daylight, half night. It was a really good learning exercise to see actually how much you can't see when you're flying in this particular area. There's not a lot of lights to illuminate the ground, and it can be rather difficult. So there's no point of doing the maneuvers, we decided, at night, because you're really not learning anything from that. We're gonna save the night flights for doing more of the long distance stuff, just because it makes more sense. It was another great lesson. I'm super excited to be slowly making some progress. I felt a little more comfortable this time. This is, you know, the second time in the seat. He had me do the start this time, which was really cool. And then I got to use the pedals and see what that felt like taxiing down the runway. So I actually taxied all the way from the school down a couple taxiways and then lined us up for the runway when we got our clearance. That was pretty different. Using the footwork on the pedals is a lot different than the pedals on a helicopter. We departed right at sunset. We had an incredible sky shaping up. I was able to pull the phone out and get a quick little clip for you guys. This is our departure, heading out to the west for another fun flight lesson. This time, once we got up in the air, he showed me slow speed maneuvers. He demonstrated a stall to see what that felt like and to not be afraid of it, so you're able to recognize when it's happening. So we did a couple of those maneuvers. Kind of a quick flight. We did it, like I said, half sunlight, half dark, and then came back into the airport. Another great lesson, still lots to learn, and stick with me, guys, and I'm gonna take you along with the process. Thanks for watching.